Welcome to the Church Sound Podcast, where kingdom culture, real life, and technology intersect. I'm your host, Prentice Thompson, along with the pastor, Caleb Winley. We're here to help you get through Sunday. Did you hear the pastor? What about your live streams, social media? We provide solid solutions for all of your multimedia needs. Let's learn something today. Let's go. Your humble host, Mr. Prentice Thompson, along with the good
Pastor Caleb Winley, guys. How y'all doing today? What's going on?
Yes, and welcome to episode number 69. So glad you're here to join us. We really feel blessed.
Yeah.
And thankful that we have people that actually want to listen to us talk. I just can't believe that. People want to hear me talk. Exactly. If you really know me, you know I hardly talk. If you really know me, but God has imparted in my heart, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, welcome to show number 69. This is, we got such an outstanding download report from this podcast that we're going to do a part 2 of. And the part 2 is my pastor wants to start a podcast part 2. Where do I begin? And we had such an outpouring of downloads and people just were interested in what we had to say about that. We decided, there's more to go, and we can share a little tidbits of information that will then aid you a little further.
Right.
Secondly, we're going to share some very important news at the very end of the show, which hang in there, listen to the show. Don't skip to the end. I'm telling you now. Watching your fingers. Watching your fingers.
Right.
Don't skip to the end. So this way you can get the important information that's going to be exciting news that's coming your way. We're going to share it later on in the show. But how you doing, brother?
Bro, I am excellent, man. Excellent. Good health. Kids is doing okay. You know what I'm saying? Family's doing good. Bills are paid. I can't complain, man. God has been definitely prospering. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good, man. I'm good. How about you? What's up?
Well, someone asked me how I'm doing.
I already told you we gonna break this.
This is an oxymoron. I don't get that. Well, anyway, I'm doing well. I'm very busy. Behind the scenes with a lot of different things at the same time. Sure. So my life is chaotic. I'm not busy. I'm productive. That's the best way I can say it.
Right.
I'm just not busy. I'm productive and working on some things that we're doing and other companies that I'm involved with as well. So looking forward to sharing that with the world. So we're going to jump right into what we always do. Right about this time, we do this thing called Sunday School. What to our new listeners, what Sunday School is the funny stories that we share in church, outside of church, that has something to do with ministry or life in general, that we impart as our icebreaker, if you will, before we get into the deep stuff. Before we go real deep, that's super deep, very deep. So today, I'm the man on I'm the man on the mic. So let's get ready for Sunday School. Come on. All right, my brother. I got 3 points.
You got 3?
I got 3.
Okay.
All right. Point number 1. Give the drummer some.
Give the drummer some. All right.
Point number 2. What you talking about? Point number 3. 2 times 2 is 37.
Okay.
So give the drummer some. What you talking about? 2 times 2 is 37.
All right.
What say you, good pastor?
Let's go with number 1.
Give the drummer some?
Give the drummer some. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this happened at an undisclosed location. It happened to be at an album release. It was an album release party for a Christian artist that I had produced. I think it was a project. I forget exactly what it was.
Okay.
But it was a drummer that played at the church that I mixed at. And he was a very bashful guy. Like I mean, when I say a man, if you think I'm a man of few words, the real Prentice Thompson, not the one on the mic right now, the real Prentice Thompson, who was ice cold with just, you know, with the private joke. So, no cookies. So, what ask? So, he was like a weird dude. Like, I mean, I say, you know how you meet somebody that's just kind of, he's just kind of weird.
Like introverted almost.
No, like introverted and like just
strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just a strange guy. Okay. And he's one of those like flamboyant drummers, means that he played and twirled the string, twirled the sticks.
Wow, the sticks? Really?
Like, I'm talking like, Scott. Don't miss nothing. He's like twirling sticks and holding his hand in the air, hitting the hi-hat, twirling this hand. Like, that's like a real showman.
Okay, yeah.
But he was just like a weird dude. Like, he didn't dress well, and his oh dear wasn't always oh dear. It was an oh dear. You know? Sometimes his oh dear wasn't working, you know.
That was oh dear.
He smelled like an old deer up in the woods sometimes.
Dang.
So,
but he came to life on the drums.
Yeah, but you know, his oh dear was, you know.
Well, after all that twirling,
after all that twirling, you know what I'm saying? So, one day after service, this guy approached me that I knew, and he said, "Hey man, you know, I manage blah blah blah."
Okay.
I was like, "Who?" He said, "You know, such and such." And I was like, "What? What do you mean you manage her?" "Oh yeah, he's an artist." I was like, "He's an artist?" He said, "Yeah, we want to talk to you about, maybe doing some beats for him, such and such, this and that." He said, "Matter of fact, he's performing at the album release. Like that, they're gonna have an open mic and he's gonna perform." I was like, "Really?" And like, I take you for your word. Because I've been shocked before. Like, I had no idea.
Hold on. Pause. So this is Funky Town he's talking about?
Right. He's talking about Mr. O'Dear. He's managing Mr. O'Dear.
Well, okay.
So I'm like, and I've been mixing there for a while, so
okay.
I don't see that like at all. Like, what do you mean he's an artist? Like, okay, okay, great. He said, "Yeah, man, so I know you want to be there, right?" I said, yeah. He said, "Yo, so check him out, and then we talk to you later." And then he comes up behind him, and I was like, "Yo, I know he's an artist." He's like, "Yeah, this and that, and he's this weird dude." Like, the conversation was like, I left the conversation just totally bewildered. I'm in the forest somewhere, I'm in the Sahara Desert. I was like, "Am I right?" And I looked at my brother, and I was like, he said, "Yo," he said, "I don't know." I said, "All right, okay." So now fast forward, we're at the event. So we're at the event, and it's like, they did an open mic. Was it an open mic? It was an open mic at the very end of the show, and it was like a Q&A with press, just something for the community, but it was also press related and DJs and art and DJs, label people. It's like a presser.
Right.
Album pre-release, like project pre-release.
Okay. Right.
It was done around the church market, so it was a lot of other churches, youth pastors, stuff like that. Okay. So, and actually, now think about it, this is when I met Sing Steph. And I think of, yes, it was this event. Now I remember.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was this same event. So you can imagine, okay, cool. Now, the performance, and this is the last part of the show. We're gonna do open mic because anybody who's out there that wants to be able to perform, if you have something you want to say, perform for the people, just that, and share your heart with God, all that type of stuff. And so there's like, and so we got our brother O'Dear, over here, that's gonna rhyme. And I'm like, rhyme? Dude. So he grabs the mic. I don't know what happened. This dude was the worst rapper in the history of rap. Like, it was just like, yeah. And he handed the mic off. And I'm like, what the? I looked at my brother. My brother was like looking down, like, because he knew I was about to lose it. And I'm like, what? So after that, his manager approaches me and on some, so what you think about my man? I think he needs some work, but he's not working with me. Like, I keep it 1 trillion. Like, nah, I don't see me doing that right now. I said, y'all work on that, and and blah blah blah. So after the show, my brother was like, what you say? I said, you know what I said. He said, no, you did. I said, of course I said it. You ain't gonna give him a chance? Dude, I really gave you a chance. Like, what you talking about? If you'd been whack, I wouldn't work with you.
Right.
So I'm like, no, I'm not wasting why would I waste my time on some, no, I'm not doing that. This dude was the worst rapper you ever heard in your life.
Okay, I probably got a CD then.
No, you ever. I'm
telling you, I got a dude, man.
This dude was the worst. So there it is. So sometimes get a drummer song. Sometimes you just gotta pick the drummer, be the drummer. So
exactly, just let him do what he do.
Know your lane.
Yeah, man.
Stay in your gifting. If you can expand your gifting, but if it's not your gifting,
right?
If you wasn't rhyming before salvation, if you ain't hard bars before salvation, I guarantee you ain't have bars when you found salvation.
You ain't got them now.
You ain't got them now. So there it is. Sunday school. There it is.
So that was dope. Oh. It's just like, yo, bro, here, take these sticks.
Right. I was like, yeah, let me give you a stick. You gonna beat on something, okay? Right. Beat on something. So it's crazy. So we're gonna talk about part 2 of how to start. Our pastor wants to start a podcast. Where do I begin? We talked a lot in the first episode about this, but we're going to talk about first a couple of different types of podcasts. Now, it really depends on the goal. So I would say the goal of the show would be the first thing you would want to tackle. Excuse me. What is the goal of the show? Right. What's the goal? Right. What's the premise? What are you talking about? What are you trying to do? Yeah. Why are you trying to do it? Yeah. Is it because everyone else is doing it, or is it because you have a goal in mind? Right. If the goal in mind is to, okay, I want to create a podcast for other pastors to glean my knowledge from, then that's a different type of a podcast from someone who's just doing a Bible study. Right. So if you're trying to impart knowledge to pastors, more than likely, it's usually not going to be you talking all the time. It's going to be you interviewing someone, or a cadre of people, or maybe a circle of people to be able to have an open discussion about a topic. That specifically pertains to pastors. Right. Maybe your podcast is about helping musicians. Maybe your podcast is about how to study. Okay. Maybe it's about what is the goal. Yeah. Yeah. So true. Now I guess too, bro, is if you can't identify the goal,
maybe what you need is not a podcast. Maybe
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm having a hard time identifying why I want to do this, maybe it's a good idea that you want to speak in some kind of a forum, but it's not a podcast.
Right.
Like that one you said about the past. I just want to impart other pastors. Well, that's probably just your group of 6 pastors you want to impart. You don't need a podcast.
Yeah, but not necessarily. Maybe you have something to say that other pastors are afraid to say.
Okay.
Maybe it's we want to talk about topics that other pastors ain't going to talk about.
Right. They deviate from. Right. I got you.
Because they have to be in a comfortable environment to have those discussions. It's just like, my younger brother's a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
He can't have discussions that we have.
Right.
With the members.
No.
He can't have those discussions that he has with me, with other pastors, depending on where they are.
Exactly.
Not hierarchy, but it's where they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
He can. So, like, I'm going to visit my brother next week. So this probably is going to drop after I get back.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to screw my ear off and just hand it to him.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's going to be able to say stuff to his big bro as a pastor because I'm in ministry. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be able to say things to me that he can't say that to everyone.
Yeah.
It's a safe place here. So what if you had a podcast that dealt with those types of topics?
Yeah. But then that's where you are.
But you have to know that that's what you're trying to do. So you're not saying, so 1 week you're not going, so this week we're going to talk about adultery.
Yeah.
Next week we're going to talk about checkers. We're going to talk about how to play checkers.
Right.
And what's the best move when you play checkers?
Right.
And then the following week you're going to talk about, the best sneakers to buy when you play ball.
Come on.
Holy ball,
Holy ball.
Holy ball.
Holy ball. Why you playing checkers and
then not right. So that means you don't have any direction.
Right.
So that's what it means by the goal of the show, like the direction of the show. And I will probably say, and that will encapsulate the type of show that you want to have. So just because you want to have a show, you're right, doesn't mean you should have a show.
Right.
If you are looking to expand your reach, then I would probably say the first thing you need to do is pray that it's not you wanting to be popular or you wanting to do something because someone else is doing it. Because the last thing you want to do is mimic someone else. Because the last time I checked, the best person to be in you is you.
And unfortunately, though, Roy, within the confines of the kingdom, a lot of pastors do that. They go certain places, see certain things, and because this person's successful at it, they think, well, I could just bring that back to my region and do it and be just as successful, if not more.
Right.
But then your focus is not just to do what they do. Your focus is really on the success.
Right.
I'm saying,
what's your eye on?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
excellent. Yeah, that's excellent.
If your eye's like, I just want to get numbers, then it's for the wrong reason. We all want numbers, yes. We all wish that we could have 1 million downloads a week. But based on the type of podcast, you may not be able to generate 1 million downloads a week.
Right.
Maybe your audience is 1,000.
Right.
Maybe it's 1,000 a month. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're being impactful to that, then that's the most important thing. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. I saw this thing on Fred Hammond's page. I don't know if you saw this. on the gospel charts in Billboard. Do you see this?
Mm-mm.
So, they have rankings, 1 through 100.
Right. Yeah. 1 through 1. Yep.
The first 20 slots in the gospel charts was 15 songs by Kanye.
Say what?
It was off the Donda album.
Off the Donda album.
15 songs were in the top 20. It's like the album was posted.
Exactly.
On the gospel charts.
Wow.
So it was this big, I know I don't want to get off topic, but it was this big uproar within the gospel community.
Sure.
And
I can understand why.
I can't understand why. I'm going to tell you why. The charts basically say how many people are watching and purchasing.
Okay.
That's the industry portion of it.
Right.
My takeaway was this. This is a great opportunity for you artists to not step your game up. Because he brought millions to the point that the first 20 slots, 1 through 20, is basically his album.
That's crazy.
That means that many people are looking, listening,
right,
that are hungry for and are Kanye fans. I'm a big Kanye fan. Me and my son, we big Kanye. We have every album.
Okay.
So I looked at that. I'm like, and like, it's a creative album. Sure. I like it. I don't love it. It's not one of his best records to me, but that's where he is.
Right.
And he's talking. It's like, it's no cursing on his record. It's not, none of that's happening. Like, none of it's happening. It's like, you could tell it's a difference.
Right.
So I say that to say this. It's an opportunity for you to embrace the popularity of the charts. Step your game up.
Yeah.
So Fred Hammond has a song out called Yahweh. If you check it out. It's a dope joint.
All right.
But it's centered around that young energy.
Okay, yeah.
It's centered around trap, but done how Fred Hammond would do it.
Okay.
Dope record.
That's
dope
sick.
Video.
That's got to be sick. Yeah.
Dope video, dope record. I know my lights is bugging out.
Yeah, one is blinking.
One is blinking. Shoot. Oh, this thing's about to die. All right, hold up. Shoot. It's like, hold up, I got to do something.
Sure, fix it. We'll edit it out.
All right.
Is it short? You can't turn it off because then it makes you completely dark. Caleb, the noise level. Bring the noise down. I'm hearing you. You can't right now. That's when I gave you the opportunity. You have to wait till we finish. When we finish, you come in. I'll call you. Okay? All right, baby. Mm-hmm. Why? Go in the bathroom and use toilet paper. Because I can't get over there right now. Thanks.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm back. I think. All right, so, but I looked at it as a great opportunity. So I say all that to say this. I say all that to say, if you're doing a podcast, then you kind of need to know your audience. You should make sure that you know your audience and who you're trying to talk to, so you know the type of clientele that you want to pay attention to and why they're doing it.
Right. I
would probably say the next thing is, so you can figure out that will dictate the type of equipment that you're going to need. So it would dictate it. So if you were, for instance, you're doing a podcast, and because you saw someone have like this round table with 4 microphones, so you build this big. So you take the money and you build like this podcast studio, and it's really you just doing prayer. Then you've overspent.
Exactly.
Or you decide that you want to have a mic and you want to pass it around the room. Then you don't have enough equipment.
Right.
Or you're trying to figure out, like you say, or you see people go, so we're going to live stream right from my phone, and they put it up, and it looks horrible, sounds horrible. Like, you can make it look great, but you can't make it sound great. That's the whole trick of it. You know, the camera in your phone is way more gorgeous than the audio.
Yeah, it is.
So, which will determine the type of equipment. It determines your needs.
Yeah.
If you're a traveling pastor or minister or evangelist, and you're doing your podcast on the road, do you need equipment that fits that format?
You do.
You need a laptop, or do you want a hardware recorder, or what type of microphones do you think you'll need, and where you're going to be setting up at, and
the requirements that you need, like
the requirements that you need inside of that. Right.
Do I need 2 mics, 3 mics? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Do I need flexibility?
Right.
It's just me. Can I do it with just my phone? You can. With the right equipment, sure, you can. All those things factor in to having it be a product that is desirable to the audience that you're trying to feed.
You're right about that. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's just a simple fact of just your background right now. You took the time to say, this is the type of look that I'm looking to have. And it's soothing, but it also keeps the person engaged. So I think sometimes when it's a pastor or a spiritual leader, we tend to be spiritual first and not think about the ins and outs of what we're going to need as far as equipment goes, or what should it look like? Or you just go, well, I'll just go to the studio. Well, that don't mean that the studio is going to fit what you're trying to say either. You know what I'm saying? So you got to come with that mindset. And I think that's really important that you say that. Equipment is incredibly important, because you don't have the right stuff, people don't know it.
So let me ask you this. When you say spiritual, what do you mean by that?
Well, I think a lot of times we tend to, we say, I'm going to do a podcast because I got something to say. God has deposited or downloaded something on the inside of me, so I just want to get it out there. Just give me a microphone or a megaphone, because we still stuck, some of us still stuck in the old days. And so we'll do that. We'll just get our phones and we'll call our TikTok our podcast. Well, that's not a podcast. That's a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And so we do stuff like that, as opposed to saying, well, okay, yes, God has given me a call. Yes, God has given me something to say. Okay, but how do I get that message out as clear as possible, as excellent as possible, and as pristine as possible, so that when the person, the end result, the end user looks at it and goes, okay, this person, yes, is saying something, but they didn't stop at saying. They actually have put together a good product, good editing, all of that. So that way, while I'm watching it or while I'm hearing it, I'm not hearing any background noise. I'm not seeing anything crazy. It's like we have our logo behind us. You know what I'm saying? All of these things factor in and add to the person knowing, okay, well, at least they try to build something, you know what I'm saying, within the confines of where they are. But if we just, okay, I'm just going to spiritualize it, and then you're going to do it in your bedroom, and you got diapers and all, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. It just can't be done that way. I mean, right. The Lord will bless it. Don't worry. No. People are looking for, when they look at television, they're not viewing programs that just are mediocre. They're viewing programs that are done in a level of excellence. And that's what we have to do. So it is a good thing to be spiritually led, but it's also a good thing to be, the Bible says that if I'm going to do something, I got to count the cost. The cost is not just spirit. The cost is I got to buy mics. I got to get lights. I got to do this. Come on. There's got to be a listing of things. Take yourself down to B&H or somewhere and say, hey, what do I need to make this really happen properly?
You know what I think is that, like, I see a lot of ministers and pastors that are very effective in the social space.
Right.
Doesn't mean that you need a podcast.
Right, exactly.
You could be in a social space and be just as effective. For instance, it's a couple of ministers that put up daily messages every day. Daily morning message, daily prayer, or just people that puts up positive energy every day, quoting something, saying something, encouraging you, light a fire under you to get you encouraged and started for the day.
Sure.
Like, I used to do this thing called Good Vinyl Morning. I had to stop doing it because Facebook and Instagram kept cutting the music out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, because it was copyright infringement. And, all I'm doing is I would get up in the morning, and I'm a vinyl collector.
Right.
So I would get up in the morning, grab a piece of vinyl, and because I'm a music guy, I would just talk about the music, the artist, and have an encouraging message along with it. People were hitting me up waiting for the next one, but I had to stop doing it because they kept taking the music down. I'm like, well, this doesn't make sense without the music. So that's why I'm developing something that I'm going to put out that's going to be Good Vinyl Morning.
Right.
Already got the website. Just pay attention. Don't worry about it. We're coming back in very strong manner. Anyway, so
we digress.
But I digress. But I found that it was really encouraging people. Like, to the point people were calling my wife, like, "Oh my God, I saw what your husband put up this morning. It was so encouraging. I love that song by Hal Melvin and Blue Notes. And wake up everybody." And he said what he said was so. I just got up and I just wanted to create something and start my day. And I wait for these messages every day, and I go, I had to stop.
Yeah.
I had to stop, so I went and got the name, so I own the name. So, so I own it, so you can't get it.
That's right.
But it showed me that people really like the music, but they like the message with the music. Yeah. So I say it to say this. Sometimes you may not need a podcast. Sometimes you just need social media.
Right.
If you have a large following, it's easier for someone to just be on their gram and find you.
Exactly.
Because if you have a large following already, then those are the people that you want to talk to.
Yeah.
Now you can then use that to say, okay, now I can take this information to a podcast. But what if you don't have it together right now? You can get a microphone, plug it directly into your phone, have great audio, and put up your daily message and have really good, clean audio.
Yeah.
And you'll find that you'll be more effective doing it that way because you're not worried about algorithms and analytics and all that type of stuff. You're not worried because you're doing it from your heart. This is something you're putting up every day. This is encouraging messages you're putting up every day. Right. And you'll find that maybe that's your niche. So maybe you don't need a podcast right now. Maybe you don't need a podcast ever. Maybe this is fine. And you can reach more people. What is God saying to you to reach more people? Like, where are you throwing your net?
Yeah.
And this is the other thing. Is God telling you where to throw it?
Right.
Because we all know they went out in the water, they threw their nets.
Yeah.
But they ain't catch nothing until they got direction.
Oh, exactly. He came walked up. Hey.
It's over here. It's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Take your nets, throw it over here. So maybe it's not the podcast.
Right.
Maybe it's social media.
Right.
Maybe it's Instagram. Right. Maybe it's TikTok.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all entities. Maybe it's Facebook, whatever the entity is.
Right.
So maybe you don't need a podcast.
You know something, bro? And it's good though, because social media is a good way to learn how to harness your consistency. Because that tends to be one of the major issues when doing a podcast, being consistent with it and a constant every week or a constant every 2 weeks. Right then and there, if I know that, wait a minute, I'm hitting this every single day, no matter what, no matter how I feel, no matter where I'm at, this is the place where you really get to sharpen and hone and see, is this really what God wants me to do? Right. And if you got the grace and the power behind you, that shows you right then and there, I'm rocking it here. Maybe I can do it that way. Or maybe I'll just stay right here because this is where I have the grace for this right now.
Right. Yeah. And I think probably the last thing is, I won't say the last thing, I would probably say is then learning how to use social media as a tool.
Yeah.
Because it's a science to it.
Yeah.
The time of day.
Mm-hmm.
The type of colors you use.
Yeah.
The audio quality, your visual. Like we mentioned my lighting scenario. I got like 1, 2, 3 lights in here.
Right. Right.
4 lights, 4 lights. So I have a red light in the back. I got a blue light over here.
Yep.
I have a light here. And I got a light here.
Right. To even it out. Yeah.
To even it out. But it's like, that's what it takes for me to set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in a quiet space. I'm inside of my recording studio.
Yeah.
I'm in a quiet space. My mic is here. So I'm plugged up. All I do is go.
Yeah.
It's that simple for me. That may not be simple for you.
Right. Right.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. That may not be simple for you. Yeah. Like BB Winans goes on every morning and his phrase is get it done. So every morning,
that's dope.
He runs, I think 6 to 8 miles. Then he lifts weights in the morning. So every morning he gets on, I got it done.
That's good.
He's drenched. He may be joking around, singing.
Right.
I'm going to go lift weights and start my day. And he'll go, just make sure you get it done. I got it done.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
He has a huge following centered around fitness and spirituality.
It's amazing.
So he found something that people wanted to see. Like, I like watching it because I remember I was in Central Park. I think I was riding my bike or something. And I was like, yo, is that BB Winans? I saw this guy run by and I was like, I hit my wife. I was like, I think I just saw BB Winans.
Word?
Really? And I'm like, and I'm riding and looking, and I'm like, and then I was out there another morning, because I would, on Saturdays at the time when my wife was working, I would drop her to work in the morning, and then I would drop her because she worked on 90th Street and 3rd Avenue, and I love going to Central Park, so she had to be to work at 8, so I would drive her, park the car, be like, all right, I see you, and I'm going to walk home.
Right.
Then I would go to Central Park and hang out all morning, and every Saturday I would go out and I would like, yo, that's BB Winans. I said, yo, BB Winans. I said, yo, but this is before I was even knowing about the whole.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? So now I'm thinking about it. I was like, oh snap, that really was him. I said, oh come on. I think I just saw BB Winans running, and then
that's amazing.
I start seeing. I saw him on Instagram. I said, oh, that really was him. But I say all to say this. It's like he found something just probably haphazard, just like I found Good Vinyl Morning.
Yeah.
Just haphazardly, it was like.
Yeah, stumbled on it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. people really like that. Okay, all right. I think I'm gonna
That's amazing.
Try to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
amazing.
You know, so I say all that to say, like, you may not think you need a podcast. You may think you need a podcast, and maybe you don't. Maybe you just need to utilize the go. Or maybe you do need a podcast, and you need to figure out how to do it. So this is where the good news comes in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs of all ages.
Right.
We are putting together a masterclass.
Yep.
And it's called My Pastor Wants to Start a Podcast.
Exactly.
Where do I begin?
Yeah.
It's going to be a masterclass. If you want to sign up for it, make sure that you go to our website, churchsoundpodcast.com, leave us your email and your information, and we'll shoot something to you. More than likely, if you're in our newsletter group, you've already gotten something concerning this. We'll have the dates and time. It's going to be one day. It's going to be for an hour and a half, and we're going to break down everything that we talked about in great detail. What's the goal of your show? How to find the goal of your show? How to do your planning? What equipment you should be using? Do you need a website? How about a link? Or is it a video podcast? Just an audio podcast, or both? How to utilize social media? How to utilize promotion? How to find your audience? What is your audience? All these things we're going to be talking about in great detail, and you're going to walk away with a great package. You're going to walk away with a free book at the same time. So that was the good news. We heard you. We saw the downloads. We heard you, and we are just excited to be able to bring you that you can watch over and 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 over. And it's going to be live on Zoom. You're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to be able to do all those things, and we're going to be able to provide that for you. So be sure to look out for that. It's going to be called My Pastor Wants to Start a Podcast. Where do I begin? The masterclass. The masterclass. It's going to be a Zoom masterclass with us right here talking to you. Just like I'll probably have a different background. Maybe I won't.
Yeah, right.
We'll see. We'll see what we do. So there it is. That's the good news. I hope you're excited. Like we're excited.
Yeah. Really are
to bring this to you. And so before we get out of here, we do this thing that we do every week, and it's called 30 seconds
and go.
And I'm the crash test dummy today again.
Yes, he is again, because we haven't got another person that I can ask questions to.
So let's get into 30 seconds and go.
For sure. So my brother, we're gonna do this real quick, sweet, and I like the fact that the Holy Spirit has dropped sweet in me. So first question.
First
question. It kind of comes out of what we talked about earlier. Oatmeal raisin or chocolate chip?
Oatmeal raisin all day.
One all day.
All day.
I feel you. Feel you.
Don't even hand me a chocolate chip. No.
So is it that you don't like chocolate?
No. I like chocolate,
just
but
don't
I don't like chocolate. I'll eat chocolate chip cookies, but it would be like, that's the only thing you got.
That's all we had. Right. That's all we had available.
I'll take one. But if I had a choice, it'd be oatmeal raisin all day long.
Oatmeal all day. That's what's up. All right, here we go. I want everybody to get to understand and know my brother. Leg day or chest day? Which is your best?
What I like the most?
What you like the most? Leg day or chest day?
I would probably say I really love leg day.
Wow.
Because I've been in the gym, what I call the ice cream cone bodybuilders.
Okay. Yeah.
Their legs are like this.
Yep.
Their body is like this. So I used to call them walking ice cream cones. Or you see the guy, he's like real huge, and then you see him in the locker room changing his pants, and like you like his legs is like this wide,
exactly,
and no calves, and so I really love doing legs. I love doing legs.
That's what's up. All right, here you go. Who do you prefer, Spider-Man or Peter Parker?
I say both because they both play a part in his personality. So I say both.
Okay, I'll give you that. Now I asked a question earlier to my brother, so we're gonna I'm gonna see if he hits it over the head. Grits or oatmeal? Now that's a rough one.
All right, okay, it's not rough. I give you the quick answer.
Okay, cool.
Oatmeal is what I eat just about every day. So every day, my breakfast of choice normally is oatmeal, or I have an avocado wrap.
Right.
Those are the two things I eat in the morning.
Okay.
Grits is when my wife is home.
Okay.
And then it's a weekend.
Right.
And she'll say, listen, I made some grits and some vegan sausages and something like that.
Wow, yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's dope.
So it depends. Like grits is like, you can't get grits from everybody. You just can't.
No, you can't. No.
You can't. You mess around, you got a golf ball in your mouth, right?
Sound like
lump in. Like, what in the world?
Yeah. Yep.
Made these grits.
I had the best grits, bro. No, to speed it up. I had the best grits when I was probably around 1920. My sister, my cousin, her man at the time. Yeah, I ain't never, ever heard this. This dude boiled them grits for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It was just soft.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That's how my wife made them.
That's what I never.
Don't be on slow boil.
Never, bro.
That's
how I make them now. But dude, dope.
Yeah.
I got so many grits that taste gritty.
Right.
Exactly.
Scratchy.
Right. Last one. What do you hate more? Puma or K-Swiss?
K-Swiss.
Yeah.
I hate K-Swiss.
Yeah. Yo, you remember Lottos?
It's like a poor man's Adidas.
Exactly.
It's a poor man's Adidas.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been 30 seconds and gone, and we are about to be out of here soon.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So there you have it. Make sure you like, subscribe, review.
Please.
We enjoy bringing this to you. We enjoy looking at statistics and the analytics and seeing the downloads from different countries, and
wow.
We're just blown away.
Yeah.
There's somebody like Mr. Hero say something about anything. You know what I mean?
I know. I know.
Anything. Like we just like I'm a guy from Harlem. He a dude from the Bronx, and like we met in ministry, and
exactly,
and then found out we had kindred spirits, and so it's just amazing. So
it's our mind, man.
We just want to listen. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We have so many things coming your way. So before we get out of here, make sure that when you get the newsletter, you sign up for it.
Yes,
it's going to be limited seating, and depending on the how many people sign up, we may just do another one, maybe the following month, like maybe before the New Year's out. But so we're looking for that. Also, we have our first mini course going to be dropping very soon.
Yep. And
so look out for that as well. And we're going to do like we always say, keep God first in everything you do. And we see you next time on the Church Sound Podcast.